calling all men, all ages. You have a huge opportunity in 2022 and beyond. Why do I say this? Well, the world is becoming more and more dominant online, right? Our lives are constantly influenced by the internet, social media, all of the online platforms that we use. And these platforms are dominated by women. Now, you might say, well, I watch a lot of men and I pay attention to a lot of men. I'm listening to you right now. Well, what I mean by this and what I mean by dominated is if women decided to start putting out content, and let's just say they put out content on an equal amount as men. Let's just say it was one for one. Every one video, every one post, every one that was attached to a woman was equaled by that of a man. So it's 1-to-1 ratio. I would say that the women would get more attention and more eyeballs. I've talked about this in a previous video, having some fun with it, but women, especially beautiful women, are on magazine covers on both women design magazines and men targeted magazines for women and for men. So a beautiful woman is attractive to not just men, but to women as well. So that being said, followers of women, there's going to be a ton of followers of women that are men because they like what they see, but there's also going to be a ton of followers of women that are women because they associate as a woman with a woman. So what I'm talking about, this domination of online, is simple. As a beautiful woman, you don't have to have any sort of extra skill in doing what you're doing, whatever area that is. If you're putting yourself out there, whether it's photo or video, you're going to get more attention, you're going to get more eyeballs, you're going to get more clicks, you're going to get more sales just because of the way that you look. That attracts people. Like I said, they're on the cover of magazines for women and men, so you're going to attract both sexes. Now, there are outliers in regard to men. Men are going to be, if you're in that upper echelon of attractiveness, or especially like in men's physique, if you have that, Hulk, Arnold Schwarzenegger physique, you're going to get a lot of eyeballs, a lot of attention in that realm. But what the difference between men and women is to be able to get to the level of popularity or success, right? Numbers. For a man to reach the same level as a woman, he has to do and be a lot more proficient. He has to be a lot more good at what he does versus a woman who doesn't have to be that great, but if she's somewhat attractive, and she doesn't even have to be like a beautiful, beautiful woman, right? Let's just take like gaming, for example, right? Because gaming is normally dominated by men. If you're a somewhat attractive woman, not even like a beautiful, like I said, not even beautiful, you're just somewhat attractive, you're just a woman basically, you're going to get a ton of followers because you're in this man's realm. You see this all the time with people who want to market guns, right? Guns we think of as guys and out there in the woods and hunting and stuff like that. Well, you put a girl with a gun, you get so much popularity from that because it's like these two clashing worlds, and people want to see that, right? So if you're a man and you're putting out content, it's going to take you a lot longer to get popular. Whereas a woman, she can put out content, she's going to get popular just based off of the way that she looks. Now, why is this a huge opportunity for men? You might say, JD, this is the opposite of an opportunity for men. This is opportunity for women because they're the ones who are going to be able to put stuff out there and get attention and get likes and get money and get all the stuff that you're doing it for, right? Well, I would say that when you garner attention, not for the quality, again, not for the quality of your content, but because of the quality of your attractiveness, just your physical looks, I would say that that is not going to give you the level of success and greatness that you're looking for. Yeah, you might have success, and I do want to put an aside, the women that you find that are going to be the most successful are going to be beautiful and very, very good. So I'm not discrediting women. I'm just saying, on average, if we did a 1-to-1 ratio, for every woman that puts out a post, a guy puts out a post, a girl's gonna get way more attention. It's just fact of life, all right? You can look this up. You look at all different sorts of content all across whatever it is, like I said, with video games and fitness and this and that. You see when someone starts content and you see how many people view their content, with 10 videos versus 10 videos with a man, it's not even, there's no comparison whatsoever. Unless if, of course, unless if that guy, that man, is putting out content that is so much better in quality, the actual contents of the content are that much better, you're not going to see the same numbers. So why is this a huge opportunity for men? It's because you're going to have to work harder. You're going to have to really dive deep and put in effort and grind to be able to get the same level of success that maybe a beautiful woman does. Now, why is this a huge opportunity? This is a huge opportunity because you can, again, focus on being great. Instead of just putting out stuff, right, and just posting stuff and getting attention, you have to navigate the field. You have to be great. If you do a bunch of videos with ums and likes and you knows and pauses and it doesn't flow, people aren't going to watch. If a girl puts out a content with a bunch of those types of things, they're still going to watch, right? So for you, you have to get better. You have to stop saying You have to start using your words. You have to put out better whatever content that it is. You have to put out better quality of that content over time, and that's how you'll be successful. So when you get to the level of success that you feel that you're looking for, whether that's 1 million followers or 100 million followers or whatever it might be, you're going to know that it's not on accident. You're going to know that you put in the work, that you took yourself from point A to point B and you didn't skip any of the steps. You worked your way there. Whereas tons of women are going to be able to get there all because they were attractive. Now, a unattractive woman also has the same sort of challenges that a man has, right? Because they're not going to garner the same sort of attention that a man would. So I would say, it's probably very, very similar for an unattractive woman to get the same sort of attention that a man does. But I still think that women kind of rally around other women. So you're going to have a base of support right away, whereas a man really has to work for those things. So the huge opportunity is in that you have to work hard and be great to get the level of a success. It's not going to come on accident. It's not just going to come as a product of how you were genetically designed. So now it might sound like I'm talking shit about women and degrading them for this. No, this is just the fact of life, right? I'm not trying to sugarcoat things. I'm not trying to make it any better or any worse. All I'm trying to say is that this is what I see. I look at people's content and I see some women have amazing content and they're beautiful and they're widely successful. Bravo to them. Some women are very beautiful, they have terrible content, but they still are popular. And when I look at that and I go, if this was a guy, he wouldn't get any attention, never mind being super successful in the field that they're in. So when I see that time and time and time, it's not like I saw this once. I've seen this over and over and over again. I go, well, this is just the way that people work. So you shouldn't get upset at it. You shouldn't get angry at it. Again, this should actually motivate you to become great and to do the things that you need to do to get to the positions that you feel you deserve in life. Because sometimes you feel like, hey, I should be getting more attention for whatever reason, because you're putting in the work, you're doing these things, you really care about what you're doing. Well, it's going to come if you stick with it and if you improve and you put yourself out there. But if you get frustrated, if you say, oh, woe is me, if you say, oh, I wish I was just some hot chick with a pair of fake tits, that way I could get all the attention that I want, it's not going to satisfy you at the end of the day. And I would guarantee you, if you talk to these women who are extremely popular and they don't have the same sort of skills that someone else does, and they have this fame or they have this popularity or they have this wealth, they're not going to be satisfied with it because they didn't build it off of any foundational aspects. They didn't build their character. They didn't build their greatness along the journey. They just showed up and were given the opportunity. So, again, huge opportunity for men in 2022 and beyond, because you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to put your nose down and grind to get the results that you're after. And this is a good thing, because hard work is the only thing that's going to give you success really in the long term. I am a personal trainer and I work with people, and one of the hardest things that I do is trying to get people to get to the level of their own potential. They always stop short. They don't work hard enough. Doesn't mean that they have to work out 50 times a day. I'm saying in that one set, that one exercise that we're doing, they don't push themselves hard enough. And this is indicative of so many areas of life. We don't give it our all because we have some sort of fear behind it, because sometimes we think, hey, even if I give it my all, I'm still not going to be that successful, so why even try that hard? Oh, it doesn't matter. Everything you do, you should go 100%. If you can't go 100% because something's holding you back, get rid of that thing in your life. Think about, why aren't you giving 100% in it? Is it because of some of these excuses? Go after it. So again, if you're going to go out and you're going to produce content, or you're going to do anything in life, I would say this doesn't just apply to your content online. I think this applies to life in general, but because our lives are so dominated by the online world now, that's why I'm making this, reference. But because you have to put out the work and go after things and do it 100%, you're going to gain so much more than just the success of the followers or the money or whatever it is that comes along with all of that attention. Again, greatness comes from hard work, and there's no way around it in any aspect of life. So when you're putting out that content, do it, get better every single time you put something out there. Get better at it. Critique yourself, not critiquing yourself and breaking yourself down and saying you suck. Say, what can I improve on? Because my potential is there. My potential is greatness. My potential can always be better. Joe Rogan talks about this. He critiques himself all the time. And you've looked at this guy who's gone from just a degenerate comedian, who I say is still a degenerate comedian, but he's achieved so much greatness in his life. He's done all these different things and he keeps getting better. Why? Because he critiques himself, but he doesn't break himself down to the point where he can't continue along. He says, I can get better at this because I know that there's room for potential. And it never stops. Never be satisfied, but always be satisfied. What do I mean? Never be satisfied with the product, but be satisfied with your effort. If you give 100% and you look at the product and you go, I can make improvements, you can't beat yourself up over that. You can't turn around and say, oh, well, you should just give up because you're never going to be good. You gave 100% and you now see where you can improve. So if you make those improvements, your 100% that was last week is now 110% of what it was last week, but it was still 100% of what you're doing today. So if you give 100% every time and you find those critiques and you don't beat yourself up, you say, I can do this. There are ways that I can get better. And you just continue along the path, you will reach where you want to go. Now, you might not necessarily get to the level of success, quote unquote success, meaning the number of followers or the number of dollars in your bank account that you might want. But again, the value behind it is going to be that hard work and that grit and determination and that grind that you put in. That's going to give you so much more than just the money or the fame or the recognition. It's going to give you that foundational aspect of you. Your character is going to strengthen. So that's why this is such a huge opportunity, because the grind will give you way more than what you expect just in regard to results. It's going to give you that grit. It's going to give you that character, right? It's going to make you a better person overall, not just in one aspect. It's going to make you a better person overall. So that's why it's such a huge opportunity in 2022 and for the rest of time, because our lives are dominated by the online world and because women look good. We all like to see a beautiful woman. They're going to dominate just because of that. So you have to be great. So keep working, put out the effort, don't give up, and give 100% every single time you put something out there, and you will see the fruits of your labor in many different areas of your life. So keep up with it, stay strong, and until next time, I'll see you.